Okay, we're on Maasrot, Perek Bet, Mishnah Hey, fifth Mishnah in the second chapter of Maasrot. We're continuing our discussion of what is kovea lemaaser, what makes something into maaser. So the Mishnah says, Ha'omer lechavero, a person says to his friend, Hey lach isar zeh, take this isar. Isar is a monetary currency. Take this dollar, for our example. V'tein libo chamesh teinim, it could be 5 figs. Lo yochal ad shiya aser. So in that case, he can't eat until he takes off Maasrot. Divrei Rabbi Meir. He can't take off he can't eat until he takes off maaser. Why? The Bartanura says, de mikach tovel. Mikach tovel is another way of saying, mekach umemchar, commerce, if I buy something, tovel, that makes it tevel, i.e. it's kovel maasrot, and therefore I no longer can eat it arai once I bought it. If I go to the store, if I pick it off my tree, that's one thing. If I pick it off my tree and sell it to somebody else, that other person now cannot eat it arai because mekachos kovel maaser. Rabbi Yehuda says, Ochel achat achat, patur. If you eat it one by one, i.e., how many did I buy at one time? Okay? If I say, listen, here's $1, and I'd like to buy one at a time. I'd like to buy 1 fig at a time. Then, patur. Then I can eat it achilat arai. V'im tzerav chayav. But if I ate them all at one time together, if I bought them all at one time together, okay, that I got 2 at once, then I have to take off maaser, because in that case, mekach is koveya for maaser. But if it's one by one, then mekach is not koveya for maaser. Okay? The Rishami says that Rab Meir would agree, this is only if I buy from someone. But Rab Meir says, let's say I pay the farmer $1, and I'm picking one by one. He says, even Rab Meir would agree if I'm picking them myself, then it's not koveya for maaser, even though I bought it, because I'm picking it myself. So Rabbi Yehuda said, so we have a machloket between Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Meir says, if I buy it from somebody, even if I buy it one by one, it's no longer, it's tevel, and I have to eat, and I have to take off Maasrot, and I can't eat it arai. And Rabbi Yehuda says, if I buy it one by one, if I'm buying from the guy one by one, even if I paid for it in advance, then it's still achilat arai, and I'm only chayav if I bought them all at one time. I'm Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda says an illustration in order to prove his point. Maaseh beginat vradim shaita b'Yerushalayim. There was this place called Ginat Vradim, the rose garden in Yerushalayim. Okay? Vayu te'enim nimkarot mishalosh u'me'arba b'isar. They would sell te'enim 3 or 4 to an isar. Notice, by the way, it's more expensive because in the Tanakama, in the first part of the Mishnah, it's 5 for an isar, and in Yerushalayim it's 3 or 4 for an isar. But what can you do in the city? Things are more expensive. And they never took off, nobody would ever take off Trumot and Maasrot ever in this Ginat V'adim. Why? Says the Bartanura. V'hatam, in that case, Baal Hagina ya melaket. The owner of the garden would melaket. It was a rose garden. Nobody was allowed inside the rose garden. Only the owner, or I guess the caretaker was there. And nonetheless, lo fresh menu Trumot and Maaser la'olam. And nonetheless, Trumot and Maasrot were never taken off, okay, because they were always eaten one by one. Because he would sell them one by one, because nobody would ever allow anybody else to come into the garden. So since they were only sold one by one, therefore, that's also individually. Therefore, nobody ever took off Trumot and Maasrot when they bought Te'enim from the rose garden in Yerushalayim. The Kahati notes, interestingly, that in Yerushalayim they would never permit people to have ginot upardesim. And the reason was because it smelled, because they would then weed the things, and they didn't have refuse, so people would throw away the weeds, they would throw away the refuse, and it would smell up Yerushalayim. So therefore, they would not permit people to grow gardens or have orchards, except there was this one place, this Ginat Vradim. There was this one Ginat Vradim that was there from the time of the Nevi'im, which is fascinating. One wonders where the location of this Ginat Vradim really was. I'll just note that Rav Safrai, in his book, he suggests that maybe he was talking about not in Yerushalayim proper, but one of the things he suggests is maybe it was in one of the suburbs of Yerushalayim, which would also be interesting. We'll stop here. If you have any comments or questions, as always, artspalter@gmail.com. We'll dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a good day.